What's up, everybody? It is Amrinder Singh. So today I'm gonna explain a Punjabi song named "What Is Punjab?" All right, this is a really good song, and they explain a lot of things about Punjab in this song, and there's really good vocabulary in the song, colloquial vocabulary, and yeah, that's what we're gonna describe, and you would a lot of vocabulary, and also let's see how much can I understand. Definitely, I would explain. Maybe there would be few words. Maybe I don't understand. Maybe I understand through the context. I will also tell you that. You know. So let's get started. So this he said ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਮੱਥਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਪਾਠ ਦਾ ਜਨੂਨ ਦੇਖੀ or he said ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਮੱਥਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਪਾਠ ਦਾ ਨੂਰ ਦੇਖੀ. So I don't know which word he said because both make sense. All right, if you say janoon basic like your passion, or like your dedication, all right, or your craziness. So that's janoon, all right. So if he's talking about noor is kind of light, like a spiritual light or something like that. So he was talking about bibiyan de mathiyan te. So bibiyan means like women, and mathe means forehead, and part means, if part is Gurbani. It's there, in our Guru Granth Sahib, the Sikh people's holy book, Guru Granth Sahib. That reading called, Gurbani or part. So when they read it, right? So the guy was explaining um women's forehead. You can see the light of spirituality or something like that. How to say? Spirituality um of Guruvani, of part. That's what he's describing. Or he might be saying a Jinoon, like you can see among the women, like they have, a dedication towards the religion or readings of Guru Granth. That's what he was talking about, because I couldn't figure out what he said, Janoon, or he said Noor. All right, but anyway, both ways make sense. Then he said, "ਚਿਹਰੇ ਦੇਖੀ ਬਾਬਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਅਣਖ ਤੇ ਨੂਰ ਦੇਖੀ." Maybe something like, let me listen it again. Yes, he said, "ਚਿਹਰੇ ਦੇਖੀ ਬਾਬਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਅਣਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇਖੀ." So ਚਿਹਰੇ means faces, like you can look. Babe means, like the men, older men. So when he said bibiyan, he was talking probably old women as well. Now he's talking about babe, which is older men. You can see, chere means faces. You can look at their faces of the older men. And then he said, "Ankh te gurur dekhi." So ankh is like a pride, all right? You have pride to be, whatever yourself. Um, Gurur, I don't know what exactly mean. Gurur is basically related to pride. I heard this word a lot. ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਗਰੂਰ ਆ, maybe similar to pride, ਅਣਖ I definitely know. But I heard this, I don't know exactly meaning of this, but I think it's similar to pride, similar to ankh. If anybody know the specific meaning of this word gurur, then you can let me know. But yeah, basically he's talking about in second line. First line he talked about the woman and older woman. Now he's talking about the older men. You can see their faces. They have pride. All right, that's what he's talking about. Then he's छोटे बच्चों ਦੇ ਪਟਕੇ ਤੇ ਚੁੰਨੀਆਂ. ਛੋਟੇ ਬੱਚੇ means little kid. So ਪਟਕੇ, the Sikh little kids, they cover their head like that's called patka. Not pug. Pug is different. Turban's a different thing. Chunninga is kind of, like women put a piece of clothes on their head, that's called a chunni, or maybe you call it scarf, whatever. So yeah, basically he's talking about the little kids who are boys, they have patka on their head, and the women, they have a chunnis. Not women, like little girls, all right? That's what he's saying. So basically he's describing the Punjab, all right? So he started from the people. First he talked about the women and men, older women and men. Now he's talking about kids, all right? Then he said, Dekhi tu jawaniyan khadeyan ch gunniyan. So jawani, now he's talking about Jews, all right? So akhada basically called the place where the wrestler do the wrestling, all right? That's called akhada. So he say jawaniyan khadeyan de vich gunniyan, all right? So gunna, probably you know, if you are Punjabi, when we make a roti, we make, atta gunniyan. We make the atta, we put some water in that, and we use our hands to make it, solid one kind of thing, like the wet. So this is how we can make a roti, all right? So that's called gunna. So here he is talking about like jawaniya, right? Khadyan vich gunniyan. It means, yeah, you find a lot of youth into, like a sports, especially in wrestling. That's what he's referring. All right. So yeah, let's listen again. Yeah, he said dekhi jawaniyan tu khane gunniyan. Basically same thing he's talking about. Young guys you will see, in khada, like they're wrestling do, all right? So yeah. What he said, pyar na baithi, let me listen it again. Then he said, tu pyar naal baithi tenu sir te bithavange. He's talking about if you sit between us with love and respect, we will, take you on our shoulder. He said sir te bithavange. Sir means your head. So he's not talking about exactly like you can sit in my head. No, he's not talking about that. But yeah, he was talking about if you give us respect and love. So sir te bithavange means, like we also love you, like we also respect you. And yeah, we will do a lot of things for you. So basically that's what he's talking about. Okay, so this is the hook line. He said, "Ain kade tenu bhi Punjab dikhavange." All right. So ain kade, like a come here sometimes. All right. Tenu bhi, like you also. Punjab means Punjab. Dikhavange, like we will show you. Probably he's talking to in the song a non-Punjabi person. You know, he is telling or inviting, like visit here sometimes. Whenever you get time, we'll show you Punjab. This is his hook line, and then he's explaining what is in Punjab. Like, and again the title of this song is also what is the Punjab, right? So he described older woman. And then he talked about kids. He talked about the older men and Jews. And he also told about, like, if you come, show us respect and love, we will give you back, even more. That's what he's talking about. So he's talking about Punjab, all right? I think it's his first paragraph. And he also used his hook. Now let's see what he says in next lines. What he said at the beginning, Farkni, let me listen it again. What he said, Farkni ethe, probably Farkni ethe Sachkhand da nazara. I think he's talking about, probably the way I understand the first word, he said Fark. Fark means the difference, all right? Sachkhand basically in Sikhism, like a lot of religions, like, there's hell and heaven. So in Sikhism, it's also concept of, Sachkhand, like you are not in hell or heaven. So basically you, like, in Sachkhand with the God. So that's what he's talking about here. He said there's no difference in Punjabi. Like we didn't do like a discrimination, whatever. I think that's what he's referring to. Sachkhand da najara hai. So we have like, like najara means like, enjoyment, or right, something like that. Najara ja basically when you enjoy it. So he's talking about here is enjoyment like a heaven. If I have to translate such, and probably it's close to heaven, not exactly the heaven, but I think you can guess that. So basically he's talking about there's no difference with other people. If you came here, you will enjoy. That's what it means. All right. Then he said, Amritsar sare jag to pyara hai. You know, the Amritsar is a city, is also, you know, the Sikh people's religious place, the most, how to say, respected religious place. Harmandir Sahib, a lot of people call it Golden Temple. So he said, Amritsar sab to pyara, like it's most loved, all right, place for us, for Punjabi peoples or Sikh people. That's what he's talking about, all right. So yeah, he said is most loved one, all right. Then he says, Shaheedan de sthan utte sees nu chukavaange, you know. Shaheed basically means the martyred, like the person who died for their religion or their country, you know, fighting for country or fighting for religion, you know, that's called shaheed. I think it's a martyred in English, something like that. Um, So cease means your head, you know, like cease like we will bow down in front of those people who, you know, sacrifice for us. So like for respect, you know, that's what he's talking about in these lands. Then he said, Rab har paase apa mandir bhi jawange. So Rab means a God, har paase means everywhere. He said God is everywhere, you know. Appa mandir vi javange. So he will say, we will also go to the temple, you know. Like you come to Punjab, you know, I showed you everything. You know, he's talking about Sikh people, Sikh religious places first, you know, this and that. Then he say, you know, God is everywhere. We will also go to the temples. Basically, temples mostly like for Hindu people, it's like a temple, you know, mandir. So in Punjabi we call mandir. For Sikh, it's a gurdwara, you know, religious place. So he's saying God is everywhere. We will also go there. I'll also show you the mandir. That's what he's talking about. All right. Then he said, Khet dekhi, hawa dekhi, kinne guru kar dekhi. All right. So Khet means farm. Dekhi, he was dekhna means, you know, like a sea. So he say, you know, see the farm. Hawa means air. You can see the air, you know, fresh air at the farm. Hawa, Khet dekhi, hawa dekhi, kinne guru kar dekhi. Kinne means how much. And Guru kar means Gurudwara. Basically, Sikh people, the religious places. So when you come to Punjab, you can see the farms, beautiful air, and a lot of Gurudwara. That's what he's talking about. All right. What he said, I need to listen it again. I think he said so fast. He said, Amrit dekhi. No, this is not word. I think he said something I couldn't understand. I need to listen it again, probably. I hope I could get it. He said, Apnat dekhi. I don't know what he's talking about here. Sorry, I didn't understand this word. Then it said, Hona ni koi dar dekhi. Like there's no fear. When you come here, there's no fear. So, yeah, maybe he said at the beginning, Amrit. Like Amrit, when, you know, Sikh people, they take the Amrit and they become, you know, Khalsa. So, it's like a similar to baptization, but it's a different. In like a Sikh people take Amrit. Maybe he's talking about this. I don't know. I couldn't understand properly his words. All right. So then he said, like a Hona ni koi dar dekhi. Like you won't fear here. I think that's what he's talking about. All right. Anyway, let's listen more. Then he Santa Fakiran de Jarur Jake Amange. So if you probably you know Sant and Fakir, or you don't. Sant and Fakir basically the people in history who were really respected people, like religious people who teach about religious. So those people called Sant Fakirs. So he says Santa Fakiran de Jake, like those people have places. We will also show you those kind of places. That's what he's talking about. All right. Okay, these are his hook lines. Ain kade tenu bhi Punjab dikhawanga. Like come here, you know, we will show you Punjab. So his hook lines I already explained. Then he says, Sadkan te lagiyan palavange shvilan vai. All right. So what is a shvil? So in summertime, so mostly it happens when there's some kind of religious days coming. So shvil basically a lot of people they make the stalls on the highway or roads. It's like a, sweet water. You can say a sharbat. So that's people like the people who go through the through the road. If you want to, you feel like it's so hot, you thirsty, you want to drink this like a sweet cold water. That's called like shvil, a sharbat. You can drink it for free, and yeah, in summertime you can see these kinds of wheels, and that's what he's talking about, like a shvilambi piamangi. I think that's what he said, probably. Yeah, he says ਸੜਕਾਂ ਤੇ ਲੱਗੀਆਂ ਪਿਲਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਸ਼ਬੀਲਾਂ ਵੀ, like yeah, you can also drink those kind of wheels. All right, that's what he's saying. Then he ਧਰਨੇ 'ਚ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਤੂੰ ਸੁਣ ਲਈ ਅਪੀਲਾਂ ਵੀ. So ਧਰਨਾ basically the protest, similar to protest. When people have they want some kind of their rights, mostly like you see probably the big farm protest during the COVID, maybe after the COVID. So that's called dharna, right? Appeal means only appeal. So in Punjab, there are a lot of times people go for protest against the government. You can see these kind of protests here. Appeal, like when the people, they do the appeal to, the people who join the protest, like they say you can do this, you can sit here, whatever the appeal, like a request they do, or they do the announcement. Yeah, if you go there, you can see that kind of things as well, Punjab. All right, that's what he's talking about. Then he says ਟਰਾਲੀਆਂ 'ਚ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੀ arrangement ਦੇਖ ਲਈ. So he's talking about, if it's a video, you can also check the video of this song. So in the video, there's a trolley, like a tractor and trolley. So he's ਸਾਰੇ ਹੀ arrangement ਦੇਖ ਲਈ trolley, trolley ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. So basically he's talking about in the trolley, there's all kind of arrangement. When people go on a protest, on the trolley is everything there. You can cook the food, you can lay down as bed. A lot of people also put the air conditioner into the trolleys because they make it indoor. So yeah, that's what he's talking about. In the video, they're also showing the air conditioner. So basically he's saying when people go for protest, they arrange everything, that's what he's talking about. Then he said ਮੇਲਿਆਂ 'ਚ ਰੱਬ ਦੀ management ਦੇਖ ਲਈ. All right, so ਮੇਲੇ means the fair. A lot of fair happens here, like similar to festival. ਮੇਲਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਬ ਦੀ arrangement, ਰੱਬ means God. So arrangement is arrangement. So if you go to the fair, you can see the management of the God. All right, that's what he's talking about. Then he said minibus poond and risk dikhawenge. So basically the minibus is pretty popular. All right, minibus is basically the small bus. So in Punjab, so we have big public transport. All right, if you want to go one city to another city, you can get probably bus every 15 minutes. Sometimes some places maybe after 10 or 5 minutes. Mini buses, small buses who go city to villages. All right, it's go village to village. That's small buses. All right, so he's talking about mini buses, then poond and rickshaw. So rickshaw basically is when you go on bus stop, you get off the bus, you went to the city. There are some people, they have 3-wheeler cycles, that's called rickshaw, 3-wheeler cycles. So you can sit behind in that, and the one person who is doing the cycling, maybe you saw it, right? So that's rickshaw. The poond is similar to tuk-tuk, like here people say auto. All right, some people say tuk-tuk. It's also 3-wheeler. But poond was a little different. It was like a high from the backside. You can also check. If you see the video, you see the video. So these poond were the very like old. Like now you won't see that kind of a tuk-tuk. So they go city to villages. Like minibus back in the day didn't go to all villages. Now it's go to all villages. On those villages, they will go like these poond, like a tuk-tuk. They used to go. The modern tuk-tuk is so different. It's he's not talking about those. All right. So yeah. Then he says, Shami magic volleyball da vi lavange. So in villages, there are playgrounds and a lot of people play sports. All right. Some people play football, some people say kabaddi, some people say volleyball. And volleyball is pretty popular for enjoying, for having a fun. A lot of people play volleyball in villages, and because it takes small ground, so just net. And then he said, "Ek match volleyball da bhi lang." Like we will also play volleyball. He is describing everything to non-Punjabi person. If you came to Punjab, we will do these kind of things. All right. So that's what he was saying. I don't know what he said. I need to listen it again. One sec. Then he said, "Bahut pole lok ne, sava thode garam ne." Pole means kind of, naive. So the people are naive in villages. Like they don't, that clever. But sava de garam ne. Like they're a little bit, like a short temper. That's what he's talking about. So he described about the people here, all right? Naive, or you can say, yeah, it's similar to naive. Pora means like who person is not much clever, who won't backstab you, something like just, simple people live in villages. So that's what he's talking about. But like a little bit, they are short temper. Like if you maybe you say something bad to them, they can, get rude or something. That's what he's talking about. Then he said, 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਹੈ ਬਿਨਾ ਜਾਤ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ. So he's talking about Gurdwara. If you go to the Gurdwara, you can eat. Langar basically the food served in Gurdwara. So 24 ਘੰਟੇ means every time. When you can Gurdwara, you can eat it, all right? They don't ask you your caste, everything, like your religion, whatever. You can go there, eat. That's what he's talking about, all right? Then he said, "Othi roti puchi jau jithe ruk jamange." All right, like where we stop, people will ask to eat food. All right, roti is Punjabi traditional food. So basically, when you go everywhere, maybe you visit your relative, your friend, they will ask you, like roti khala, like eat the food. Like everybody asks, when you go there. So that's what he's trying. He's describing what kind of people are in Punjab. Like wherever you stop, they will ask you for eat food or roti, whatever. All right. Again, his hook lines. Ain kade tenu vi Punjab dikhawanga. Come here, we will show you Punjab. Then he said, "Mengiyan to mengiyan tu karan ithe dekhenga." So in Punjab, a lot of people are rich, maybe not all, but you can see a lot of expensive cars here because mostly the Punjabi people consider who have their hobbies of expensive cars, to keep. You won't see much in other states. So Punjabi is considered a little bit, fashionable state. People wear branded clothes and they have expensive cars, or you can also take it the other way, like they do a little bit show up more compared to other communities. But anyway, he's talking about like you can see expensive cars here, all right? Then he says, "Soniya suitan ch mutyaran ithe dekhenga." Like you will see here the girls, mutyar basically the young girls, you will see the beautiful girls in beautiful Punjabi suit, traditional dresses. When you visit here, you can see beautiful women or girls into beautiful traditional suits. That's what he's talking about. Then he said, "Pyar na blai ਝੁਕਣਗੇ ਸਭ ਸ਼ਰਤਾਂ, like, you know, if pyar with the love, if you talk to people with the love and respect, ਝੁਕਣਾ means, they will bow down, like they will also show you respect. So if you respect people, they will show you respect. Sharta means like I bet you if you give them respect, they will give you respect. That's what he's talking about. All right. Then he say ਹੱਥ ਮਾਰੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਕਣਗੇ ਸ਼ਰਤਾਂ. ਹੱਥ ਮਾਰੀ basically, if you want a lift, if you ask for a lift to everywhere, they will stop it. I can bet you. That's what he's talking about. So shart basically means a bet. All right. What? He said something. I need to listen it again. One sec. Then he say ਖਾਣਾ ਕੀ ਆ ਪੀਣਾ ਕੀ ਆ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਹੀ ਰਹਿਣਗੇ. ਖਾਣਾ means eating, or pina means drinking. They will ask you, what do you want to eat, what do you want to drink, we can give you that. That's what he's talking about. Then he said ਕਹਿਦੀ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਤੋ ਪੈਸੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਣਗੇ. ਬਾਹਰੋਂ means, like I came from another country, probably another state, So yeah, if you tell them I'm from another state, they won't even take money from you, they can give you food, but they take money from you, probably not all, but there's some people you will find who will, ask no money. But yeah, definitely if you have some kind of Punjabi friend, if he, you go out eat with him in Punjab, he won't let you pay. But like if you go to the restaurant, yeah, then you would pay, So that's what he's talking. He is talking about normal people. All right. So yeah. Then he said, ਹਵਾ ਨਾਲ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੋ, something like that. I need to listen it again. Then he said, ਹਵਾ ਨਾਲ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੋ. So ਹਵਾ means air, ਮਿੱਟੀ means, the soil or land. Then he said, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ. So basically he's talking about, yeah, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ. So people would love the air, the soil, the land, the people. This is how people are. I think that's what he's talking about. Then he said, wait, check kari. I need to listen it again. Sorry, I'm a little distracting when I'm explaining. Then he said, ਜਾ ਕੇ check ਕਰੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਵੱਧ ਗਿਆ ਭਾਰ ਹੋ, He said, you can check your weight. Your weight would be gained. Because you would came here, you will eat a lot of, food, stuff like that. You will gain weight. That's what he's talking about. Then he said, ਚਾਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੀਨੀ ਆ ਤੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਿਆਵਾਂਗੇ. So that's so true. Punjabi people drink a lot of tea, all right? That's what he's talking about. And tੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਿਆਵਾਂਗੇ. We will also give you the tea. We drink a lot of tea. We will also give you the tea, all right? Again, his hook line, that was the ending of the song, all right? ਤੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਿਖਾਵਾਂਗੇ. Come here, we will show you the Punjab. So anyway, this was the whole song I explained, and there's a lot of good vocabulary probably you would learn through this song. And yeah, if you have any question, you can ask me the questions. And yeah, because these songs are really good. They're really good colloquial vocabulary. Sometimes it doesn't come to your mind, but through the song is right there, then you can explain it. And yeah, again, sometimes even I can't understand something. There's only maybe there is one word, so sometimes it happens. So maybe I also have to listen sometimes like this phrase a few times to understand it. All right. So anyway, that's it. Like if you wanna take private classes from me, you can take. All the links are in the description. You can join my Patreon. You can email me, so you can check out the link in the description. So at the end, I hope you enjoyed this lesson and learned something new today. I'll be back with another lesson another day.